If you fucking this nigga, just tell him stop spewing the business. Right. If Phil thought you was fucking to help, that could really ruin your image. We're talking to Rock and Michelle, Pap and Rem. Yeah, that's us. Y'all the poster child symbol for black love. And then they think that y'all marriages still have to go through them stages. Every interview, he show his admiration and tell the world how he think this woman the greatest. They held you down in prison for 6 years.
Now we gotta address the elephant in the room. Like Geechee went crazy. You know, the whole, can we even talk about the whole Easy to Papoose now that he don't talk as much as they talked on the stage?
Oh, Geechee?
Yes.
He started the blogs for the past few months.
The blog, okay.
That's what it sounds like to me now.
Okay. But he was, I don't know if you, how comfortable or uncomfortable you were with him standing there just saying all of this to you.
Listen, it's battle rap. I knew when I got in here, like I done been to 1,000 battles, seen the battle turn, 600 bleeds, 600 smack. Like, so I'm used to it. It's like to be expected. It's not the first time somebody said my name in one of the rounds, but
right.
Remember when Remy Ma was still defending herself on Instagram for cheating on Papoose, while everyone in her family chastised her for leaving her loyal husband? The romance with easy-to-block Captain proved to be the final straw for Papoose. Papoose recovered from his misery quickly and has now moved on to another woman, with whom he seems much happier. Rumor has it that Remy Ma has been pretending to be happy with her new lover while secretly following Papoose's new boo using fake Instagram accounts and threatening her to leave her man alone. Indeed, Papoose is done with the nonsense. He's trying to remain silent for the sake of their children and family, but Remy Ma keeps poking the bear. Perhaps Remy Ma imagined that her marriage to Papoose would be as chaotic as Kirk Frost and Rashida's, but where she could go out, do whatever she wanted, and return home to a devoted husband. But as dedicated as Papoose was to her, he's not interested in that lifestyle, he's moved on, and is no longer tolerating the drama. Remy Ma needs to accept that their relationship has changed, and that Papoose won't return to the same toxic cycle.
Cheated on nobody, so I don't know what y'all talking about.
I said she never cheated on nobody, that nobody would be Papoose.
Cheated on nobody, so I don't know what y'all talking about.
Who nobody has seen her with in like a year and a half. So people don't believe her. Something happened. But Papoose, as we all know, is a real man, so he wouldn't be the type to come out and be like, yes, you did, unlike EEG. But she sounded defensive, which is never a good way to sound. So either the comments really got to her, or it's true.
It's really terrible that she didn't realize how much she had taken their connection for granted until he was more than ready to leave the situation. Word on the street is that Pap is quite happy. He never imagined himself with anyone other than Remy, but now that he's free of her, his life is looking up. Remy isn't handling it well. It appears that Timu's version of Pap is no longer doing it for her. And the tiny battle rapper she was fooling with, Bad News, doesn't seem to have the time or energy to hold her down the way Pap did. Now that he's moved on, she's realizing how much she took him for granted.
You know, the conversation that she spoke about when I said, I'll marry you, it was like a bad time because she was basically on trial. And that particular day, she was very upset. And she was saying things like, you know, nobody's going to be there for me. Nobody's going to support me. I'm going to lose the case. And I was trying to assure her, like, yo, you're going to win the case. You're not going to blow trial. I didn't think she was going to lose the case because the stories were so inconsistent. And the case to me was both the case. And she just kept shooting me down. So I was like, I'll marry you. And she flipped on me. And honestly, I don't think it was the reason for her flipping on me was what she said. The reason why I think she flipped on me was because I took it like, and I felt like she's been lied to in the past, and men have such a bad reputation for not keeping their word, for not being loyal, for not being there for no one when they're going through hard times, and just not being faithful or loyal to their lady. And I felt like she looked at it like, you're full of shit. Like, you're gonna marry me, you're not gonna be there for me. And that's why she lashed out. That was the only rational reason I could think in my head. Like, why did I just get flipped on for damn near proposing? You know what I mean?
Her son has been charged with first-degree murder, and his prospects of going to prison are extremely strong. According to sources, Remy is missing Papoose's support and loyalty. With her son traveling to court to plead for his freedom, it appears that she has no one on her side. She believed she'd be fine without Pap, but seeing him love another woman the same way he loves her rubs her the wrong way. Word on the street is that she began stalking Pap's new girlfriend, texting her using bogus accounts and bragging about how she enjoys fighting and boxing because Pap's new gal happens to be a fighter.
Yeah, I really be feeling like every now and then somebody needs to get the... What you talking about? Not Terrence talking about they still beefing. Yes, they ain't fight yet. They gotta fight. Like, people like, oh, fighting is beneath me, da-da-da-da-da. Like, no, it's not. What are you talking about? It cancels a lot of problems. I don't care. I don't care. If you know you little, don't with people. That's bigger than you. Like, what you talking about? I don't have no sympathy for you. Oh, well, you knew you was little and you knew she was big when you was talking shit. That's what just happened.
To be honest, Remy Ma appears to be attempting to rally the woman in the corner and provoke her to respond to what she's been saying about her. The only reason, or one of the reasons, this hasn't progressed further is that Papoose is working hard to preserve the peace. He and Remy have a little daughter, and the last thing he wants is for her to grow up watching her parents argue in front of the entire world. However, Remy Ma continues to act out of control. How do you cheat on the man who supported you during your prison sentence with a poorly made lookalike of him, take no responsibility, and still expect him to be there for you? Child, make it make sense. Papoose is finally drawing the line. Remy Ma is trying to safeguard his new connection, and people are losing tolerance with her. Remy has a lot of nerve to imagine that Papoose would be foolish enough not to continue his life without her. She left Papoose for another man. Now she's upset because Papoose has moved on and found someone better. Remy is vulgar, classless, macho, and selfish. Remy never earned Pap, so how could she expect him to stay single? I'm thrilled for him and hope his new love treats him well, but I'd like to know what you think about this situation. Will Remy ever realize that Papoose will never return to her, or will she keep acting up and trying to get a rise out of Pap's new girlfriend? Let me know how you feel in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.